They're where you want to go, right? A lot of us call that a mentor, right? A business coach, someone that's having the success or the impact that you want to have. So that's been very key in my professional journey. Without me, my encouragement to you all, if you don't have someone in your corner, you know, let's make it happen. Let's find you one, right? So this talk today is all about really shifting the financial paradigm. So you can raise your hands here. I don't really want to put anyone on the spot. Um, I definitely don't want this to seem like I'm speaking at you and really telling you what to do with your money, right? I want this to be that I'm in the boat with you, right? So who in here, you can show your hands, you don't have to. Who in here's ever felt financial stress? That's why we're here. Money and finances, it's stressful. I don't care what stage you're at, how much revenue your business is making, or you personally, it's just stressful, right? Why? Well, maybe we didn't talk about it when we grew up, right? Or maybe we don't have a trusted advisor or a trusted person that we can go talk to about it now. There's studies that people actually go talk to their family and friends about money before they would a professional. So I hope today, that's why I'm here, is hopefully give you some tools that can help you achieve financial peace, right? What does financial peace look like today? What does it look like in 5 years? What does it look like in 10 years? What does it look like for the next generation? Every wealthy family or every secure business, they've had the one, right? Every wealthy family had one person in that generational lineage that decided they were going to make a change, right? So that's my call to action for you all, is be the one. So topics today, wealthy mindset. Roxy mentioned a lot about it, but we're going to talk about making the shift from scarcity to abundance. And I've got a really good conceptual picture there. And we're going to talk about just some very simple 5 steps to start your journey to wealth building. Something we talk about with clients. Most people have from age 18 or whenever you start working until age 65 to 55, you have a limited amount of time to really build a wealth engine. What's a wealth engine? It's your assets that are going to carry you into the promised land or to the financial freedom land. Some call it retirement, but I think our goal is to be at a point where we can work because we want to and not because we have to, right? So hopefully I can give you some tools today just to help you in your journey and help you get started. And then lastly, we're going to talk about taxes. Who loves paying taxes? Okay, nobody. Good. All right. Who believes in math and hates paying taxes? Awesome. I hope you are going to enjoy it today then. Awesome. So wealthy mindset, let's stay with the concept of scarcity to abundance. So I think a main point is, how do you think about money? Do you view it as a constraint, which is very much of a scarcity mindset? And that's not bad, right? I think all of us at times in our life, scarcity is what pushes us forward, and that's okay, right? But we do want to make a shift from running from something to really running to something, right? And I think that starts with a mental shift or a paradigm shift. And guess what? You get to make it every single day. It's not like, hey, I'm abundant today and I'm feeling great, and that's how it's always going to be. I woke up at 3 a.m. this morning, coughing my head off, thinking I'm sick as a dog. How am I going to do this? And that fear and victim set in. So even today, I had to flip that switch, right? I don't have to do this. I get to do this. So I love that language when we're beating ourselves up or being the me monster, like Roxy said, is we don't have to, we get to. And I think if you start saying that and practicing it, you're going to have an appreciation and a complete shift in perspective. So every day we get that choice to be the victor or to be the victim, right? And I think faith in your fitness has a lot to do with that. When you spend time with God and you exercise and those dopamines are going, it's kind of hard to have a bad day. Even if someone does something that just rubs you the wrong way or really frustrates you, you can't faze me, right? You can't hurt me. David Goggins. So everything's happening for us and not against us. Okay? So if you'll go to your workbooks, you'll see really 2 pages that are very simple and fundamental. But the greatest professionals practice the fundamentals, whether it's a monthly budget, profit and loss statement, personal financial statement, balance sheet, just really knowing where you stand and tracking it. And that's a big point right there. What are you all aiming at? What's the goal? What are we aiming at? Start with the end in mind. Okay. So number one is a really big thing is just start. Start where you are. Start where you can, right? Whether that's buying that first piece of real estate, right? Whether it's starting the business or just starting to save money each month, right? But where can you start? Okay. So think about, maybe write that down, write down the word start, and financially, where do you need to start? So I do a lot of think time, and there's a kind of a method to it, and it's start, stop, more of, less of, and continue. So if you just take time to really slow down the speed up and think through those 6 words and just put some pen to paper, a lot of times we know how to solve our own problems. We're just living in a chaotic world with a lot of stuff on our mind, and our judgment gets clouded, right? And that leads to inaction. Okay. Number 2, this is probably the most underrated concept in what we do, but it's, what is the rate of savings? So rate of savings, right? You'll see it on the budget there. We try to live by a philosophy of 20-60-20. Save and invest 20% of your income for the future. Live off of 60%. We believe tithing should be in there, and then have fun with the other 20%. When you are building wealth, or you are investing or saving or being disciplined, go have fun. Go enjoy it, right? Let it give you the permission to spend and enjoy it. Because you heard many stories today, we never know when our number is going to get called, right? So don't wait. You're alive. You're healthy. The time is now. Number 3, rate of return on savings and investing. So we go through a couple concepts with our clients. You've got dead money, right? That's cash or cash alternatives, cash, CDs, money markets. Those are taxable. So when you tax affect it and you look at the net rate of return, right, you may be keeping up with inflation. So something we really pull back the curtain with clients is helping our clients understand, how do banks and corporations, some of the biggest financial institutions, how do they manage their own money? And those same strategies, they are available to you, right? So you have dead money. Then we've got safe money. This is going to be fixed incomes, right? Private debt, private lending, right? Anything that's very safe and has built-in guarantees in it. But the whole goal is to compound and outrun inflation. And something in the safe money category that we talk to clients about is, how do you position dollars to be tax-free or tax-favored and never pay tax on those dollars again if you do it correctly? And better yet, you can use those dollars to build more wealth in real estate, in business, where you're probably going to get the best return on your dollar. And if you really want to know the best investment out there, go look in the mirror, because it's you. So you have aggressive money, anything tied to the stock market. You have home run money, that's investing in yourself, in real estate, in business, private lending, hard money, anything that's getting those double-digit returns. And it's probably in your passion or wheelhouse. So you do have some predictability around that. But there's going to be a lot of risk there. Okay. So diversification is key. In the Bible, it says diversify your investments, and you can see that there. So number 4 is, we talk about tax. We talk about diversification wins, right? So you have diversification of taxes, right? You can invest money on a pre-tax basis where there are going to be tax consequences in the future, And then you can invest it on an after-tax basis where there is going to be no or little tax consequences in the future. So some of this is just learning the language and doing the research or studying to know what's what. And where I do my research, believe it or not, it's irs.gov, because that's about the only thing you can really trust. Number 5, estate planning, right? Or generational wealth. Who wants to build generational wealth? That's right. I think we all do, but how do we do that? And I think we just follow those steps, and it's not how much we make, but it's how much we keep, and it's what we do with what we keep that really matters. And I'm just going to maybe step out on the limb and make an assumption that a lot of you all are in control of your own destiny. Whether you're running a business or you're in sales or you're in real estate or you're in finance, right? You're in control of your own destiny, and you've got the expertise or mastery to really maximize that wealth. It is, I don't have anything on it today, but we talk about it a lot with clients, is how do you have permission to spend money while you're alive with still guaranteeing that there is generational wealth left behind? And if a lot of people own real estate or have a business, um, one of maybe the hardest things is how do you extract capital from that to retire, whether it's to sell the business or do the proper estate planning to minimize taxes and transfer wealth, right? And as Brandy's talked about it, this next generation is going to be the biggest wealth transfer out there. Okay, so I've went through a lot of the tax treatment, after tax funding, pre-tax funding, and then pay less tax generationally. I think there's 3 key relationships, obviously bias, financial advisor being one, right? CPAs, accountants, I've got Laura here and Mike, tax consultants, estate planning attorneys. So I think everyone needs to have those people in their corner at the round table. So we'll leave you with this, with just some rules of thumbs, right? Don't let the tax tail wag the donkey. That's a good one. So don't spend $1 just to save 30 cents because now you don't have that dollar. There's a great book, Psychology of Money. It's never as good or as bad as it seems in the moment, right? And I love that. Remind yourself of that when you're going through turmoil or you just hit a really big win, and we're riding high, right? Let's stay even kill. Diversification wins, the Bible, and then 2 really good quotes. The last one's not Warren Buffett. I think one got left out, but the habit of savings is more important than the skill of investing. Okay? The habit of savings is more important than the skill of investing. And then this quote's not on there, but also by Warren Buffett. We have to figure out ways to make money in our sleep, or we're going to work every day till we die. We have to figure out ways to make money in our sleep, or we're going to work every day until we die, right? So we have to invest, y'all. Like, we have to. Money's going backwards. Purchasing power is going down. We have to invest. Lastly, it's Friday. Champions create distance on Fridays, right? Champions focus on the process. So I don't know all you all, but I love you. Thanks so much, and Godspeed.